HIJKLMNOP QRSTUVWXY and Z. Do you know your ABC of how to tell a story? Tell me more, tell me now. If you don't know, then let me tell you how. Hi, this is Rituparna Ghosh, and you're watching ABC of Storytelling, where every week I share tips, tricks, techniques, and secrets from my story bag. This week we are on the letter Z, and I have the last few tips, tricks, techniques for you this week. So let's get started. The first Z that I have for you is Zippy. Well, yes, if you're a storyteller or a parent or a teacher, it's always a good idea to have some of those zippy tales. Zippy tales are short tales that can don't take more than 2 or 3 minutes of your time. They are great as fillers. They are great as those extra little toffees that you give at the end of a class to your children. It could be tales that you could be telling while going down on your lift. It could also be the tales that you use to tell while you are doing your monthly groceries, when you're walking down the aisle and you have to keep your child really, really focused on following you or listening to you or not grabbing things from the shelves. So you could use your zippy tales for short 2 minutes, 3 minute, 4 minute, or even 5 minute tales that will keep your little listener hooked on to you. If you're a storyteller, then these zippy tales are very important to fill in the blanks, because sometimes between the first story and the second story and the last, you have just about 5 6 minutes left before your session ends. So you could end with a little tail ender, and these zippy tales come handy in that case. So zippy tales for you. The next Z that I have for you is zone in. Now, in a session, when you're telling stories, there will always be those kids who are a little noisy, a little distracted, who tend to, elbow each other, or they're trying to disrupt your piece, or in that session where everyone else is looking at you. But there's this little group of children who are a little distracted. So it's a good idea to really zone in on those children for some time. Look at them, watch them, engage them without disrupting the flow of your story. Because sometimes it's important for you to bring everyone together so that they don't really disrupt. It's sometimes in a large number, when you're telling stories to large numbers, it's very difficult for you to look at each and every child. But you know that when you run your eye across the audience, you know that these one group of people or audience or children who are there, but they are not really looking at me, or they are not really completely engaged. So if it's possible for you to go near them physically, do that. If it isn't, then even through your voice, through your projection of your voice, through your actions, you could really zone in on those kids and try to catch their attention. Because sometimes I've noticed that children say, "Hey, she's looking at you, so look at her." And that's when they turn towards you and they stop whatever they are doing, little distractions of their own. They stop that little party of their own, and then they look at you. Just 2 days back, I was in a school where I had two different sessions, one with 300 kids and the other with 900 children. And the session which had 900 children had children from grade 4 to grade 10. Now, 900 is not a difficult number for me, but the range of age for them, for in the audience, was of course very daunting, because what a class 4-year-old child will like and what a teenager will like in grade 10 will be very different, and therefore one has to appeal to each one of them in a very generous hand. So, but then also I saw these groups of children who were uh, they were a little distracted. So I tried all my techniques to zone in on them and bring them into the fold. I focused on them, I looked at them, I made gestures at them while telling a story. In fact, when I said a certain character is crying, so I really zoned in on this one little kid who's right sitting there in the center, has a very shifty focus and is the one who is the center of attraction in that group. And I said there was a little child in the crowd who shed a tear, and suddenly everyone stopped and said, "Who is the child who was shedding a tear?" So the child who was the center of attraction, he knew that this is, oh, she's looking at me, so I have to settle down. So this works. The third Z that I have for you is zealous. Yes, you have to be completely zealous in your act of storytelling, in your work as a storyteller. Keep creating opportunities. Go and talk to people about this beautiful craft. Tell people about what storytelling is and its merits are. Uh, yes, you will be branded as someone who keeps just talking about stories and storytelling just because it is the only source of your income. It could be your profession, it could be your business, you could be a storytelling entrepreneur for all you know. But that is what you have to do. Storytelling is still a very growing segment. There are lots and lots and lots of people who know what stories are, who know what storytelling is, and therefore they are looking for it. At the same time, there are a lot of others who are not into the fold. So you have to really, really work very hard to create a bigger segment of people and audience who are accepting stories and storytelling willingly. So for that, you have to keep working very, very hard. Don't lose hope. There will be lots of roadblocks on the way. There will be disappointments. There will be cancellations. There will be people who may not be very nice to you. But at the same time, this is a beautiful profession to be in. Look for the larger cause. Remember, we said purpose, your purpose as a storyteller. So if you have your purpose clear, keep working hard. And for everything else, remember we are there. Your story bag is there to help you carve your niche as a storyteller, help you in your stumbling blocks. So keep writing to us. The series has come to an end, and I hope it's been a very useful series to you. It has answered questions, it has provoked you and poked you to ask more questions. And please feel free to write to us. Our email address is contact@yourstorybag.com, and we are available on social media. So please reach out to us. Keep sharing your stories, keep writing to us, and if you need any other help from your story bag, please come to us. At the same time, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet or haven't liked our social media pages, so go ahead and do that, because in the new year there's going to be lots of action on your story bag. So keep watching us, keep following us, keep following our stories, because we'll be pulling out more stories from our story bag. So until then, thank you so much for watching ABC of Storytelling. Until next time, happy storytelling. Da 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 da. See ya.